never not be oppressed when you dependent on the white supremacists. You will always be oppressed. That is your place. Your place in America is to be oppressed. As long as you depend on them, you will be oppressed. So if that's the lot in life you want, then hey, have at it. I don't want your lot in life. You can have it. Whatever my decisions in life is what my decisions are. And my decisions have been to not sit up here and depend on these people for everything. It's about create, innovate, build. That's what it is. The black people that I hang around, friends and family, think the same way. I will not be around any of you on an extended basis that think the other way, because that's going to bring me down. Because I need black people that's going to, hey, push me up when I need to be pushed up. That's family and friends. And then if we create enough businesses, we can hire our brothers and sisters in the community. Do you know black businesses hire more people that come out of prison than the white folks do? When these brothers and sisters come out of jail, a lot of times they're wrong. They have to get a job. If they don't get a job in a certain amount of time, it can all make them even go back. Prime example, I got a cousin right now. He's in prison. And it was
okay.
BS. Trust me, if I was in the position I'm in today versus it had been back then, he probably wouldn't be there. But he's in there right now.
Okay. Now this is the type of house nigga right here that tells black men, especially on his channel, not to vote.
No, he didn't kill nobody.
I'm trying to get his channel. A lot of y'all know who this is. I'm subscribed to him. Phillip Scott podcast. He also has somebody else on there with some raggedy lady. I give him the like button to keep him going. See, I want y'all to see black men like this. Because this is an Uncle Tom.
But I didn't know he didn't.
I don't like leaving people with their face in a messed up way. This is an Uncle Tom right here. He's talking about, in this video, Jimmy Dore says black Americans need a living wage and health care instead of divisive reparations. This man continually tells black men to stay home and don't vote until we get reparations. This the type of, but he votes for Trump. He's upset that Trump's being prosecuted. He votes for Republicans. That's who he votes for, because he said Republicans is how he got his money. On one of his other podcasts. So now he's telling black men, don't go out and vote. Don't go out and vote for those liberals. They just like the Republicans. Don't do it. But in his other videos, he told you to go out and vote for Republicans. If you do not put progressive Democrats, whether they are black, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever, the race of the progressive Democrat does not matter. What matters is, does the progressive Democrat, this is the litmus test, does the progressive Democrat support cash payments to African Americans, not immigrant Americans? And see, this is what this man is. He's an immigrant American. Him and some of his friends. That's why he has another channel called something Dysphoria. I don't remember what that one is. But I watch people like this. And I give a like to their channel so the algorithm can keep going. It's people like this telling you not to vote until you get reparations. And in your district, maybe not in his district, because see, he lives around the who's who because he got enough money. He ain't in the hood no more. He's in the upper echelon with those people. You see that? See the nice background and studio? He ain't in the same category that the middle class, the poor, and the poverty-stricken are. He has succeeded beyond that. Don't know what the fuck he did to get his money or whose balls he licked to get it, but he worked with Republicans to get it. All right, that's not important. The point is, he knows that every black American is not going to be like him. He knows this. He knows the path that he took to get there. The average black American, especially older black Americans that are beyond our working prime, we're not going to be able to go out and do what he did and get a business. So why would somebody like this use Malcolm X to tell you that white Republicans and white Democrats are the same? Conservatives and liberals are the same. And until you get reparations, stay home and don't vote. We don't need the Senate, the House of Representatives to be full of progressive Democrats. We only need enough progressive Democrats across the state to vote for reparations for us. So in your county, if you have a Democrat running against a Republican that is an incumbent, that means somebody who's been in there for 30 years, or a progressive Democrat running against a conservative Democrat, the conservative Democrats are just like Republicans, and the progressive Democrat is someone who is for the community, the poor people. They don't want rich people to become poor, but they want poor people to become um, um, not have a living wage. That's bullshit. To get out of poverty is what they want. Poverty-stricken and poor people to get out of poverty, and they want reparations. Why would you stay home and not send that person to the House of Representatives or send that person to the Senate so that the bill can pass? It's 1,000 motherfuckers in the Senate. We don't need 1,000. We only need the greater part of 50% that sit on that committee in that state. We don't need 1,000 black people in Congress. We need the greater part of 50%. So when he tells you to stay your ass home in your state, and you stay home and don't put the person in your state, how in the hell is reparations committee going to pass the bill out of the committee when the person in your state that you could have put in that would have sat on that committee, you stayed home listening to this goddamn house nigga? He talk about Tim Scott with love and affection and adoration. That should tell you right there. He talk about Donald Trump is being targeted by the liberals. That's what this man says. That should tell you who he is. So as long as y'all keep listening to motherfuckers like this, y'all is a bunch of fools. I'm not voting for Biden because Biden should have been had that commission his first 4 years in there to give a report in year 2024 on how we ought to get our reparations, and he didn't do it. So I ain't voting for him again. And there's enough other Democrats running that I could vote for, or not vote at all.